the show, there were lots of powerful men in media exposing themselves as shitty this week. Well, apparently there have been a lot of powerful men in media exposing themselves every week, but now we know about it. Just today, we learned more about the network of powerful people who turned a blind eye to Harvey Weinstein's demonic behavior, including powerful people who should really know better, really.
In the New York Times expose, it talks about how Lena Dunham has a quote, how she warned the Clinton campaign, and she said, "I just want to let you know that Harvey's a rapist and that it is going to come out at some point. I think it's a really bad idea for him to host fundraisers and be involved."
We don't know if this info made it all the way to Hillary, but it made it to her staff. Oh, my admiration for you is so complicated. Maybe she really did have a stroke in the specific part of her brain that identifies shitty men. But truthfully, any woman who entered the workforce before November 2017 had to have such a stroke just to survive. And no one needed it more than Hillary. Virtually every man who ever expressed an opinion about her in front of a camera turned out to be a huge creep.
5 women have now anonymously come forward to accuse journalist and author Mark Halperin of sexual assault.
Also suspended, Glenn Thrush, one of the top reporters at the New York Times.
Veteran Today Show host Matt Lauer.
Leon Wieseltier.
Charlie Rose.
Garrison Keillor.
I'm not worried about Garrison Keillor's career. He can easily get a job maintaining a bell tower. It's time to ask ourselves, can men who hate women be objective journalists? That was a trick question. Everyone knows that men who hate women can be anything they put their minds to. Take Charlie Rose.
8 women tell the Washington Post longtime television host Charlie Rose made unwanted sexual advances, including groping, making lewd phone calls, and walking around naked in their presence.
Until his firing, Charlie Rose was a media institution. The guy who liked to show his freshly showered dick to female employees was the same one who got to interview the first major female presidential candidate. And he made sure to press her about the important stuff, emails.
Do you think the email crisis contributed to the question of trust? And it hasn't been determined that there was no hacking.
Well, there is no evidence of it.
There's no evidence of it.
There is no evidence of it.
Some would suggest that that's the reason that they were very good at it, because there's no evidence of it, and that you exposed, as you know.
Charlie, there is no evidence of that.
There's evidence that you exposed. The Charlie Rose's penis story. The hardest thing about these revelations is they're not really revelations. These men have been shitty the whole time. Take Matt Lauer.
Nice to see you.
Morning, Matt.
Seen a lot of you lately. Let's just get it out of the way. You had a little wardrobe malfunction.
Keep bending over like that. It's a nice view.
Can I have one final kiss?
Oh, wait, easy. What are you?
Don't make me beg.
Is this an attack dog I have here? Hold it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah!
He molested a Muppet on live TV, which I guess qualified him to moderate a presidential forum. And he used that platform to see how presidential Clinton could be while also being shushed.
I'm going to jump in. I want to get to a lot of questions, and I'm going to jump in
fix
as briefly as you can.
But I want to just say one additional thing.
I've got 30 seconds left.
Oh, yeah, now I remember watching that forum. That was the day my entire female staff started their periods out of their eyes from pure rage. You can't just interrupt women when they're talking like that, Matt. What do you think this is? Every business meeting ever? And fellow creep and part-time smirk model Mark Halperin was, surprise, surprise, obsessed with Hillary. So when covering her candidacy, he asked the intelligent, nuanced question, why is she not more like man?
He does it with humor. She has to learn to do it with humor. And when she does it now, she's being kind of aggressive, but not that funny.
Kind of aggressive and not that funny. The Mark Halperin's penis story. To be fair, Halperin also asked Trump the hard questions.
Here's a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while. We almost never get to see you eat. What do you like to eat?
We never get to see you eat? What kind of sick freak are you? You want to watch Trump masticate? And apparently the atmosphere in journalism is so toxic that some assholes still can't read the room.
Geraldo Rivera tweeted something that really got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Sad about Matt Lauer, great guy, highly skilled and empathetic with guests, and a real gentleman to my family and me. News is a flirty business.
News is a flirty business. For example, I just listened to Geraldo fuck himself. On the one hand, maybe it's unfair of me to assume because he tweeted that Geraldo has some skeletons in his closet. But then again, on the other hand...
Geraldo and his producer came to do an interview with me. They pushed me into my bathroom. They broke 2 poppers and pushed them under my nose and proceeded to grope me.
Well, I guess that's not a skeleton in a closet so much as a skeleton that's been sitting outside the closet since 1991 waiting for us to give a shit. What could have tipped us off that there was a misogyny problem in media?
If Hillary's not yelling, she's crying.
She is a shrill, loud person.
She still has that sort of authenticity, likability problem. She's not that likable. I'm not even sure that Bill Clinton likes her.
Comes across as artificial, comes across as grating.
A little caustic and tough and shrill.
Concern about her likability, her trustworthiness.
Somewhat dull at times, somewhat robotic at times.
She's too shrill, she's too loud.
She's very guarded.
Yeah, why is that shrill robot so guarded? Why? Tell me! We'll never know how much these pubes affected the election. But what we do know is that their industry gave us 4 times more coverage of Hillary's email scandal than they did of Trump's gross behavior to women. But to be fair, they were probably typing it with one hand. Look, I'm not saying men shouldn't talk in public anymore. I'm just saying maybe women shouldn't listen. It shouldn't be too hard. We have decades of practice not being listened to. We'll be right back.